Hi everybody. So you have been reading today a little bit about the planet, a planet in need of repair. I'm going to ask some simple questions and I want you to write in the chat box. Those of you who can't write in the chat box, you can write on a piece of paper, take a picture and send it to me, or you can type it on Word on your computer and send screenshots or send me the file. It's not going to be hard to communicate with me. I'm very easy to find. I'm on Messenger, I'm on email, I'm on Snapchat, I'm on Instagram, I'm everywhere. I'm not able to get into Canvas from home. That is why we're doing this as we are. But pretty soon all the numbers are going to go down with this stupid disease that's making everything so hard. And we're going to be in the classroom and everything's going to be okay again. So here are some of the questions I'm going to ask. I want everybody to type in the answers, even if you see that somebody else has already typed them. And the reason why I say this is because I will look at the video again to see who answered and what people wrote, to make sure that everybody's participating. I'm going to read everything that you write on a piece of paper or that you type on a Word document or that you send to me on Messenger. So it is very important that you do write things down. Of course, it's easier if you just type it in here because I can see it. But if you can't type it in here, then you can write on a piece of paper. You can write it on Messenger or on an email. Let's get started. The first question I want to ask you is, what does the word repair mean? And I want you to write it, either an explanation in English of what it means or the translation in Norwegian. What does the word repair mean? I'm going to be looking at every single answer, and even if I don't type your name in chat to say that I acknowledged it, trust me, I am going to be reading it. What does the word repair mean? The next question. In one sentence, I want you to tell me, why is our planet in need of repair? And this is your personal opinion. You have read all of that stuff on the text about the shortage of water, global warming, the difficulties in different countries, in all parts of the planet. I want you to tell me your opinion after all of this. Why is our country, our planet in need of repair? In one sentence. It's your opinion, so. Next question I want to ask. The next question I want to ask. If you've been reading the text, you will know the answer to this. What does the word surrender mean? If you've been reading the text, you will know. I'll tell you one thing, The answer to this is on page 146. I see some of you know. The word surrender. I know that some people read the whole thing. Some people maybe fell asleep for a little bit and came back to YouTube. It doesn't matter. As long as you're here, as long as you open your book or look at the pages that I sent the pictures for you to read, we'll make this work. We'll make this work. I know it's hard, but I didn't want to sit here for 3 hours for 180 minutes. So I figured it would be best for us to have some lectures on YouTube, time for you to do some assignments, and then another lecture. I feel like it works better this way. Another question, and I hope that everybody's paying attention to this right now. What does the word undernourished, what does that word mean? And if you're able to write this quickly, write what the word means and use it in a sentence. Undernourished. If a person is undernourished, what does that mean? I want you to write a sentence with it, or perhaps you can just write the translation in Norwegian and write a quick sentence. What does the word undernourished mean? I know that a lot of you know this, and if you haven't found it yet, I don't want to say too much. Try page 148. Maybe it's there. Okay, next question. Explain to me, in your own words, what does it mean when a person is in denial of climate change? Climate change. You know what climate change is, right? We've been talking about this in our classes. We watched that documentary about Greta Thunberg, and she's a very big activist. And she talks about climate change a lot. What does it mean when a person is in denial of climate change? Do you think it's a positive attitude, negative attitude? What do you think? When you are in denial about something, what does it mean? To deny something, to be in denial. I don't want to use too much time on this because we are going to have a round of Quizlet Live with vocabulary from the text that you read, A Planet in Need of Repair. In the first part of today, you have watched a video where we talked about that letter, the very beginning of the text. Let me just find it. I have pictures of it in front of me. It was a letter written to people in the year 2088 with some pieces of advice to people. The question I'm going to ask you now is, do you think this is it's a matter of opinion. There is no right or wrong answer. I just want you to express your opinion. Do you think that in the year 2088, just if, you go back to page 146, if we follow all those pieces of advice on there, do you think we will be better off? Will things be better? Will they be the same? Will the planet be repaired? What do you think? If we follow all the pieces of advice on page 146, there was a letter in there which was written for people in the year 2088. And we discussed this in the first part today at 10:30 in the morning. That first part of that video that I made for you, we discussed that. I want to know your personal opinion. Perhaps some of you kids think, I don't think we'll be here in 2088. I think something horrible is going to happen and the whole planet is going to disappear. I don't want that to happen. That's why I'm knocking on wood. I hope this is wood. But some of you may be very optimistic and you'll be telling me, hey, Pollyanna, I think that in the year 2088, people will have followed all those pieces of advice and will be living a better life in a country that we live in, Norway, will be better off. Some other countries not on the same level, but the whole planet will be better. So what is your personal opinion about this? Are you optimistic or are you pessimistic? Let me know. I have more questions. Like I said, I don't want to use too much time with this because I also want you to have a break and I also want you to work on the study set on your own, of course. I have a word for you. Overpopulation. Overpopulation. What does that mean? What does the word overpopulation mean? Some people are still answering the question I previously asked. Hey, no problem, because I am going to watch this again and I'm going to look and maybe I'm going to use fake names here because I don't want to disclose your information. Maybe Jacob has written an answer and then I can't think of names, and then Juan has also written his answer and maybe it's the same answer, but it doesn't mean that they copied off each other. It means that they were typing at a different pace, and sometimes because of the internet connection, one answer shows up right before the other answer. That stuff happens a lot. So the question now is, what does the word overpopulation mean? Some of you may still be talking about whether you're optimistic or pessimistic about the world in 2088. That's fine. But the question now is about overpopulation. What does that mean? If I say, for example, Selbu has a problem with overpopulation, is that a true statement or a false statement? So, look at how much time we have. I hope that everybody has charged their phones. You're going to need your phones for Quizlet Live. Some people prefer to do Quizlet Live on their phones, but they prefer to work on Quizlet study sets. They prefer to work on that on the computer. And some people like to do everything on the phone. It doesn't matter where you do it. So please go on to Quizlet Live. I'm going to show you the words that we're going to be using. Just a second. I want to make my image smaller. There we go. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe I will zoom in. I don't know what device you're using. So here you have the word near.
Near.
What does that word mean? So you have 4 alternatives. Is alternative A the correct one? Not A, but number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Those of you who wrote bare, that was correct. Now you have another word, obesity. Have you ever heard this word before? Do you know what it means? It was on the text that you were reading, but maybe you don't remember. But we'll learn today.
Obesity. Obesity.
Which one of these words translates the word obesity? Those of you who said overweight, that one is correct. Anyway, so this is the study set, a planet in need of repair. We're going to do a Quizlet Live about that. And I'm using a study set that I found already with the words from this text. I make a lot of these study sets. I have almost 200. But sometimes it's good. It is good to use something that's already there. Anyway, Don't pay any attention to the page behind me. You're going to see the code for Quizlet Live, and we're going to start. The words are going to be in English. The words are going to be in English for you to translate into Norwegian. I feel like everybody prefers it that way. So as soon as you see the code, go ahead and type it in. There should be 14 people if everyone's here. If someone's sick and is not participating, maybe 13. We'll see. What you see on the screen is a sample game. It's not your answers, it's just a sample game. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Just 2 more rounds. Same code. You don't need a new code. I don't know if people are still in here, but for those of you who are still in here, if you're not in here, you have instructions on Messenger, it doesn't matter, but I'm just going to repeat. You will now go to a link to the study set, A Planet in Need of Repair, where you have all the important words and all the important expressions from the text that you read, and you're going to work on match, test, and if you have time, write. There are different sections you can work with. But the most important one is the one that says test. I want you to work on it and make sure that you get 75%. Do not just do one that has like 4 questions. Do one with more items. For instance, 15, 20 items, so that you can show how much you have learned. Then you're going to either take a picture or a screenshot and send it to me so I can see that you have completed at least 75%. Make sure that you log in to Quizlet so that I can see your name and your progress. And it's very important that everybody works on this, and when you're finished and you send me a picture, then you can rest for the day. I don't know if maybe I'm just talking to myself and everyone has already left, but I think it's important for you to hear from me, for you to see it written down, and for you to know what's going on.